If I could give every trauma therapist 5 gifts this year, none of them would come in a box. They would be the kind of gifts that we forget to ask for because we're way too busy helping everyone else. Because this time of year can bring up a lot, right? Gratitude, grief, burnout, all tangled together. And honestly, I think that we deserve something more than just some self care tips right now, don't you? Tell me in the comments, what are the gifts that you most want this year, whether they can be wrapped up or not? Oh, and before we get into all of that, real quick, I'm Jenny Hughes, trauma psychologist and founder of the Brave Trauma Therapist Collective. And as we wrap up 2025, I'm sharing these end of year and holiday wishes with you, not because I think that you're doing anything wrong. You're definitely not, but because I know how much you are already giving and you deserve to receive as well. So, here are the 5 things that I hope you carry into 2026 with you as reminders that being human as a trauma therapist is not the problem, it's the point. Okay, my first wish is simple. I really hope that you let yourself rest without turning it into a project. I need to receive this as well. I'm terrible at this. To rest without all the guilt and the not good enough stuff that comes up when actually stopping to take time for ourselves. Yep, I want you to rest with no checklist, without any productive rest. I'm looking at you. I just want you to rest and without trying to earn it. And hear me out because, like I said, I am terrible at this, but I'm working on it. And something that's been really helpful for me is remembering that I'm not tired because I failed at boundaries or didn't leave work at work, because that's bullshit. It's because this work is heavy. And we keep showing up for our dear clients anyway because it matters and we care. So being tired is not a weakness. You're just human. And we only have so much capacity, and that's okay. So if your body is needing some stillness, some horizontal time, I hope you don't argue with it. And if resting makes you feel uncomfortable or guilty, just notice. Just notice that, okay? Notice it as the noise of an old system, not about who you actually are. My second wish for you this holiday season is that you stop apologizing for needing support. We spend so much fucking time holding space for others that we forget the basic rule. No one is meant to live this life alone. And trauma therapists, especially, are not meant to do trauma work in isolation. We're wired for relationship and connection, as much as we may sometimes hate that. And as we give to our clients all day long, we rarely get to receive it from others who really get what it's like to love this work and be drained by it. So, whether for you that's a consultation group, your own therapist, a community like Brave, my wish is that you stop waiting to be more burned out before you reach out. Because connection is not indulgent. It's the nervous system's way of saying, hey, I still want to stay alive in this work. All right, my third wish for you is that I hope you let yourself have joy. And not the gratitude journal kind, that's great and all, but I'm talking about the messy, spontaneous, slightly ridiculous moments that remind you you're still human. Like laughing in session or dancing in your kitchen. Just a few weeks ago, we came home from dinner and my husband and our kids and I had almost an hours long dance party to 90s hip hop music and stayed up way past their bedtime, but it was so spontaneous and so full of joy. Okay. We got to roll with it. We got to be silly, make fools of ourselves. And I hope that for you, because our work will always bring pain. And you're also allowed to have moments that refill you. Okay. And honoring those moments, intentionally creating them even, is not a disservice to your clients. it doesn't undermine their lived experiences or the work that they're doing. And I say that because I've recently been doing these coffee chats with trauma therapists to learn more about what is going on for them and what they're needing. And I had such an incredible conversation with one recently. And she told me this story about one time she was out in public, she was at the grocery store, and she saw one of her clients. And the therapist felt immense guilt because the client witnessed this trauma therapist laughing, living her life, having fun in the grocery store. And she felt so guilty that her client saw her living and enjoying it, right? Because this therapist knows how important the work is that that dear client is doing, and how meaningful, how difficult, how deep it is. And now, before I get any further, let me first honor the courage that it took for this trauma therapist to even share this story with me, because it was very personal and vulnerable. And it was such an important reminder for us, both that there's nothing wrong with those moments of spontaneous and unexpected joy. And truly, what a gift for her client to see this amazing trauma therapist truly being human in her life. Okay, all the warm fuzzies here as I imagine this moment, as I connect with this trauma therapist and this client, and as we move into my fourth wish for you. Okay, my fourth wish is that I hope you stop grading yourself on how regulated you are. You're going to have sessions where you are not your best self. You're going to have days where you say too much or too little, or you're just numb. And that doesn't make you a bad therapist. It makes you a human inside a near impossible job. So I hope this year you start giving yourself the same compassion that you keep giving everyone else, not the performative kind, the real compassion, the I'm doing my best with what I have kind. Okay. Now, my last wish, number 5, is that you start building a version of this work that gives something back to you. I know it's not easy, but the field will and does take everything that you offer, and it's not going to hand anything back. So you got to create it. And whether that looks like cutting back your caseload, taking Fridays off, or finally pursuing that creative project or side hustle, I hope you start building a life that sustains you, not one that depletes you. And I know everyone's situation is different, so that short list of options is not going to apply to everyone. And I say that because you deserve a career that holds you. All right. Those are my 5 wishes for you this season. Rest without guilt, support without apology, joy without guilt, grace for imperfection, and work that gives something back. But before you scroll to the next thing, take a breath with me, okay? Unclench your jaw, right? Drop your shoulders. And just notice, even just hearing me give those prompts, what your body does. And then see if there's anything that landed for you today. Maybe it's one of the wishes. It could have hit a nerve, and that's okay. That's the part of you that's still working on that healing, all while helping others do the same. Or notice if there's something that resonated, and tell us in the comments which wish meant the most to you. And don't forget, you're doing sacred, messy, deeply human work, and I'm so grateful you're here doing it. We need you.